You all saw a total of 6 welcome offers that I received in the mail to sign up for the American Express Gold Card. Now here's one thing that I would like for you all to do before we get into the video. Leave a comment in the comment section letting me know how long you think it took for me to receive all 6 of those offers in the mail. Now while you take time to do that, let's go over what will be covered in this video. We're going to go over the welcome bonus, the annual fee, plus the break-even point on that annual fee. What are the credits that come with this card, the reward categories, is this card right for me, and my overall synopsis of this card. Now I hope you are finished with writing down what you think is the length of time that it took for me to receive those 6 welcome offers in the mail. The person who is first to get it right will get their comment pinned at the top of the comment section. So make sure that you leave a pretty good comment as well, by the way, because it's going to be pinned there and everyone will be able to see it. Without further delay, let's get into the meat of this video. In typical American Express fashion, of course, the welcome bonus offers aren't extremely simple like most other credit card companies out there. It's one for all. This one, there are 3 welcome bonus offers. 2 are available online. We won't even really focus on the lowest one, but I'll mention that to you all. And then there's one that is targeted through the mail. So the ones that you're going to see on the website are the 60,000 membership reward points and 75,000 points. Now, the one going through the mail, as you've seen in my intro, is for the 80,000 membership reward points offer. Now, do understand, in order to receive these points, if you are qualified and do receive the Amex Gold Card, you do have to spend $4,000 within the first 6 months after account opening. Also, understand that not every single charge on your Amex card is going to qualify for this membership reward point sign-up bonus. Basically, cash-like transactions such as purchasing gift cards, including reloading prepaid cards and sending cash to somebody else through using your credit cards, and other cash-like transactions, they are not going to qualify towards your spend payment threshold. So keep that in mind and do read the fine print on this. It's really specifically for goods and services. That's what they're really looking at. And keep in mind that American Express says that it can take up to 8 to 12 weeks for you to receive those membership reward points. I'm just assuming that the 8 to 12 weeks is so that they can spot check accounts. I really don't know if they will do every single account that qualifies for this sign-up bonus, but it actually gives them some time to spot check these transactions that have taken place if they want to see if there was anybody really trying to game the system to just qualify for the membership rewards without actually purchasing goods or services. So if you are going to be applying for the Amex Gold, the welcome offer that you do want to pay attention to and try to receive at the very minimum is the 75,000 membership or reward points. Do not go for the 60,000 membership reward points simply because with American Express, you qualify for the welcome offers only once in a lifetime per card with American Express. So you definitely want to get the best offer that is available to you. Moving right along, let's talk about the annual fee for this Amex Gold Card. The annual fee is currently at $250 per year. I know that may sound like a lot, but it may not be a lot for a lot of people out there. There are some credits that can really offset that annual fee, and if you do use those credits, this Amex Gold Card can be amazing to add to your wallet. But before we get into that, let's just talk about the annual fee, and if you don't take advantage of any of those credits, what your break-even point will be in order for you to start really reaping the benefits of accumulating rewards. So this is how we're going to do that calculation. I'm going to focus on the 4X categories. There are 2 of them. I'm going to cover later on exactly what those are, but I'm going to equate that to 4% cashback. So basically, we're going to take the $250, divide that by 4% to get what that spend requirement or that threshold will be before you really start benefiting from this card. So if you don't take advantage of the credits, that will be a total of $6,250 before you break even with the Amex Gold Card. So you definitely want to look at those credits and see if you qualify for them. I believe that most people can at least get value out of one of the credits that's for you. So while I'm mentioning it, might as well just get straight into what are those credits. Those credits are dining credit and the Uber credit. So understand that the dining credit, they do have limitations, both of them. So read the fine print print, I'll mention some of the fine print here for you all. So the dining credit is going to be limited to the options that are listed on American Express website or in the brochure that you are receiving in the mail. And there are currently 6 options, but they're really more because of the services they're using. So it's the dining credit through Grubhub, Seamless, Boxed, Cheesecake Factory, Shake Shack, and Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. So those are your options. Grubhub has many options. I'll just play a little role here for you all from their website so you can see that you're not extremely limited to the restaurants that you can dine at. Now for Uber, do understand that there are limitations and you really need to pay attention to the fine print on this one. I really don't find anything alarming, but if you don't know, then you can potentially miss out on your credits. So with Uber, apparently it is not available with the Uber family profile. You must add your Amex Gold Card to your Uber account. You must have the latest Uber app. Do understand that your Amex Gold Card has to be directly added to your account as a payment method. Understand that it cannot be added through a third-party app like Apple Pay or PayPal. That will not count. Also, do understand that the credit is deposited as Uber Cash, so you must have Uber Cash turned on. There is a little bit more fine print as it relates to those credits, but I'm not going to cover all of them just to keep this video pretty short, but there are a few other important things for you to be aware of. Now, moving on, let's talk about those credits and how it will impact the annual fee. So for somebody who is going to take complete advantage of those credits, you're going to have an annual fee of basically $10 because of the $240 in credits. So that means you're using Uber Rides, Uber Eats, and you're also taking full advantage of the dining credits. So if you effectively reduce your annual fee to $10, that means that your spend threshold before you begin to really see the benefits or reap the benefits of having this card from those reward categories will drop all the way down to $250. Now, if you're someone who is only going to use the dining credits because the Uber credits maybe doesn't really stand out that much to you, your spend threshold will be $3,250. So it is better than what I mentioned earlier, which was the $6,250, but it's still a little bit up there before you begin to actually reap the rewards or benefits for this card. Now let's move on to the reward categories where you'll be earning your points on this credit card. I'm going to spend just a little bit of time here with you all. So the reward categories are as follows: 4 times points at restaurants, 4 times points at US supermarkets, 3 times points on travel booked through AmexTravel.com or directly with the airlines. Now, there are a couple footnotes that I want to mention with some of these reward categories. So let's start with the dining restaurants. So 4 times points at the restaurants. Do understand that not every single restaurant may qualify for the points simply because of how the transaction may take place. This is listed in the fine print. So for example, which is listed, if the restaurant is located within a hotel and it shows up as a transaction under the name of that hotel but not really a restaurant, then Amex Gold Card or the Amex system won't recognize this as a restaurant, so therefore it won't qualify for the 4 times or the extra 3 times points because your rewards are based on 1 times points for every transaction. And then for those categories, you get an additional 3 times points for those that are the 4X categories. If you go to a nightclub and you're purchasing food, that doesn't count. If you go to a bar, that doesn't count. Strictly restaurants, make sure that you read the fine print on that one. For the US supermarkets, it's up to $25,000 per year, and it's at grocery stores mainly. So your wholesale clubs like Walmart, Target, Costco, they are not going to be areas where you can, or stores that you can go into and receive 4 times points there. It's really for the US supermarkets. So basically your Publix, your Winn-Dixie, Aldi's. Make sure that you visit the American Express website for a breakdown list of those that are considered, those stores that are considered US supermarkets. And one footnote and a little bit of a correction on what I said about the 3 times points on travel. It's really 3 times points on flights that are booked through AmexTravel.com and flights that are booked directly with the airlines. However, there is a footnote that I need to mention here, and that footnote is that if you are of the affluent class and you're privileged enough to be able to charter a flight or go on private flights, do understand that those do not qualify for this 3 times point category. They are really focusing on just plain old commercial passenger airline. Now let's do a quick analysis on if this card is right for me, and analysis is a pretty big word. It's not going to be anything major, but as much as I would like for this card to be right for me, it simply isn't right for me. Remember those figures that I mentioned earlier with where will the break-even point be? For me, personally, I fall in that category of someone who's not going to be able to take advantage of Uber or Uber Eats for that extra credit. I live in an area where it is very walkable. All the restaurants that I have at my fingertips, I can walk to, so there is absolutely no need for me to use Uber Eats, and I have my own vehicle, so I don't need to use Uber. In fact, I haven't used Uber in over 2 years, if I'm being perfectly honest. So that's a throwaway credit for me. Now, I can gain credit through the dining, so I can include that, but then that puts my spend threshold at $32.50. Now, me as a single person who doesn't have any children, any dependents, or a spouse, that means that my grocery bill and my eating out bill, well, kind of because I'm a little bit of a cheapskate, but my bill is pretty low. So I did some budgeting and I checked my budgeting app and my record, and throughout the whole year so far, I've only spent $2,500 in groceries. So I'm estimating that by the end of the year, I'll spend around probably $3,500, simply because I'm expecting to spend a little bit more during the holiday season. But because of that, I can see that as much as I would love for this card to be added to my wallet, at this point and at this stage in my life right now, it is not a great card for me. Now, is it a good card for you? That's up to you to decide. Now, here is my overall synopsis on the Amex Gold Card. I do think the Amex Gold Card is an amazing card to add to your wallet, especially if you have a family, especially if you have a spouse, and your grocery bill may be higher or even double what my bill may be. I can totally see a family totally benefiting from this, especially if they are taking advantage of those credits. Even if they aren't taking advantage of those credits, if their grocery bill is around $1,000, $800 to $1,000 per month, and then you add dining out on top of that, I can really see families getting benefits out of this card. For the individual who is going to take advantage of Uber and the dining credits, this is definitely a card that you should strongly consider adding to your wallet, because effectively the annual fee of $250 is really only going to be $10. So it's really easy to hit that $250 spend requirement or minimum before you start to benefit from receiving the rewards from the reward categories, and you really can accumulate points really quickly. So as attractive as the targeted offer is for those 80,000 points, for me it isn't great, but I can see this being valuable to so many other people out there. So the American Express Gold Card, I think it's a really solid card and is a really good contender for a lot of people out there. So with that said, that is the end of this video. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, go ahead, hit the thumbs up button for me, hit the subscribe button, and I will see you in the next video. But before I leave, you know what time it is. Yes, it's time for you to get your high five. So get your hand ready. I'm coming for it. 5, 4, 3, 2, high five. All right, guys, I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.